Hey folks, so this morning I have a new product from Hygger, and it is their HG216M. It's a medium glass scraper, and they sent this to me, and I just want to, glass scrapers are glass scrapers, you know, everybody really has them, but this one here, it comes with, you know, the piece that goes in the tank, which has the nice stiff bristles to clean the algae off your glass. It also comes with this little plastic card to put between them when you're not using them. It's not plastic, it's kind of paper, so you'd have to wait till this thing dried before you put it on there, otherwise you're just going to ruin it. But you know, and then it has the soft felt on this side, and then you have the ability, it comes with, let me open this thing up. So it has two scrapers that you can attach to this thing, if I can ever get it open. So you have it's a steel blade, and then you have a plastic blade, and it attaches to the deal like so, and snaps in there like that, and you put it in there and it'll scrape your glass to take it off. They made this really simple. Some of these are hard to do on some of the other versions of other people's product, but this has a little push deal. You just push it down and it snaps right off. So that's pretty cool. Good thing there that Hygger did that my other scrapers don't have. I have to fight to pull them off. So that's cool. Like I say, this is pretty simple. Deal with these. You just have to be cautious, you know, when you put this in your tank, you don't want to slap it up against the glass, and because you can crack your glass, so you got to do it carefully. Also, the part that goes in the tank does float, so if it comes unattached, it'll float so you can get back to it. A lot of these products, you know, have these really strong magnets in here, and folks have a real hard time. You can't pull them apart like that. So how do you do it? It's a simple thing. You just twist it. Well, I'm making a liar out of me. This is really strong. My goodness. I shouldn't have done that. This baby is strong. Well, I'm going to have to figure out how to get these apart now. So I recommend you use these plastic things, because this puppy has got a magnet. And there ain't no doubt about it. Either that or I'm an old man and I'm weak. So let me take a pause here and get this thing separated. All right, folks. So I'm back. Don't do what I did. Don't put these together like this, because I'm telling you, I had a hard time getting it off. Between the magnets and the coarse piece and the Velcro, this puppy, it's together. So I recommend you use what comes with it. Put the little paper thing between it, and then you can get it on and off. So let's get to it. Let's just go outside. I've got the perfect tank for this thing. My 20 tall out there in the garage, it is algae infested, you know. It gets sunlight from the daylight every day for, I don't know, 10-12 hours a day, and I have to clean the algae off the glass. And because I knew this product was coming, I haven't cleaned it in a while, so let's get after it, and we're going to put it to the test. That is for sure, because this thing is covered in algae. So let's get into it. Alright folks, so this is my 20 tall. And I know the glare is rough, but we're going to get the camera where you can see the algae better. But I'm just going to walk around. You see all the glass. Look at that side panel. It's all green. This front panel is all green. And this side panel is all green. So let me get the camera set up so you can see through the tank while I get it set up. Alright folks, so you can see that tank is pretty green and pretty dirty. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put on, and I'll show it to you here. So I'm going to put on the metal scraper blade, and it goes in just like that. So as you can see, it's in there, no problem. If you want to release it, there's this little tab you just push down and pop it out, and that's it. So let's go put this baby to use. As you can see, I got a dirty tank, so we're really going to test this thing. Well, let me get some stuff out of my way because it's going to cause me to have problems. Alrighty, first thing I want to show you, look at that. So it floats. So if it does come disconnected, you know that you can easily retrieve it. So let's start here on this end panel, and let me just, let's just see what we can do. Already you can see big difference. Now because this is so algae infested, oops, what happened here? Oh, I'm hitting a rock. I have a rock down in the bottom here. But look at that. Much, much cleaner. So kind of liking that already. And I got so many plants in here, it's in a way, so I can't really just do the magnetic deal there. Yeah. Let me dry my hand real quick. So let's get the front panel done. So that makes it pretty quick and easy, that's for sure. Look at that. Yeah, I'm kind of liking that real good. It's much better than my little old cheapo one I got here it's barely grips, you know. It's really lightweight, but that's what I've been using. This is much stronger and works a whole lot better. So you see how I just flipped that over? So that's pretty good too. And you know, I have a ton of snails in here, and I don't like snails, but I put them in here for a simple reason, to help with the algae. And I guess they're helping a little bit, but they're not doing a good as job as I wanted them to. Alrighty folks, so that's it. Let's take a look so I can see from where the camera angle is. What does it look like? Well, the glass is much cleaner, but the water's still greener. So, I mean, that is what it is, but that's a good deal. That little scraper does a great job, so I'm pretty happy with it. I'll be using it on this tank quite regularly, because this tank definitely gets the algae. Because as you can see, right outside is the sun, and it gets the sun like pretty much 10 hours a day. So anyway folks, that is my quick review of the little algae scraper from Hygger. And if you're interested in one, you know, I'll have the link in the description. So they make 3 different sizes. They got a small, medium, and a large. The one I'm using is a medium. And like I say, depending on your tank size and the thickness of your glass is the type that you want to get. So folks, one last thing about the Hygger's glass scraper, algae scraper, whatever I call it. And it doesn't matter. This warning comes for anybody that uses any version, any manufacturer's magnetic scraper. And I'm going to tell you this from experience. I don't recommend any magnetic scraper for those of us that use sand in our substrates. And why do I say that? This tank right behind me, yeah. I don't know if you can see it if I went this way with the light off a little bit, but right up there, yeah, you can't see it with the glare. Anyway, right here where I'm pointing my finger, there's about a 3.5, 4-inch scratch in my glass. And oh yeah, here's another one right here, 3 to 4 inch scratch in my glass. And that's all because a grain of sand got in there and I wasn't paying attention. If you're going to use one in a sand substrate, please, I recommend you be very, very cautious. 1 grain of sand will scratch your glass. And when you spend the kind of money I spent on that tank behind me, when you scratch that tank, you got tears rolling out your eyes. So just a word of caution, if you're going to use any kind of algae scraper, it doesn't matter who makes it. If you're using it with sand, be very, very careful because you can easily scratch your substrate. Now my other tanks, I'll show you over here, that use, that's like a planted substrate. It's a big granular. I don't have a problem using it in there because they don't get behind the magnet, and so we're fine with that. It's just the ones with sand substrate, totally warning flashes. Be careful because, like I say, if you have an expensive tank and you do that to it, yeah, you are not going to be a happy camper. So just a word of caution, you know, for any other kind of substrate, the gravel and the planted substrates like that, I haven't had any issue with. Works great, any of them. So just word of caution, and I hope you have a good one. Thank you.